Boy, it was an ugly win. But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to take a win every day and twice on Sunday. Browns beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 18-13 on the road. We talk about Deshaun Watson, the offensive line, the penalties, and, of course, the win. We do it all coming up on this episode of the Browns postgame show right here with your boy G. Bush. Welcome on into the barbershop. You see it. We open for the cuts. Welcoming everybody in wherever you tune it in from, whether it be Twitch. Shout out to all the people on Twitter, aka X. You know what it is with the barbershop gang on YouTube. We are actually on LinkedIn as well, and we are Facebook. Wherever you're pulling in from, hit that like button for your boy because we got a lot to talk about. We had the pregame show. You just saw me on UCSS and Bleacher Report. Shout out to all those around there. There's nobody doing more in this sphere than your boy G. Bush. So a lot of y'all cats walking around, looking around, and listen, you're still at home. I done did 5 podcasts, and because I got to talk to the people. Let's get it going. And by the way, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Y'all thought I retired it. You see it here. We already know what it is. It's the championship belt itself. G. Bush is back, ready to go. I'm the grand champion. You see what it is. G. Bush, the people's champ. I got the belt because I do the most. We do the most, and the Cleveland Browns got to win today. Kool-Aid Mafia is back in the mix. Yes, it is. 14-karat gold ready to go right here. We got to win 18-13 on the road in Jacksonville. They tried to give me an aneurysm. They tried to get me to pass out. Kevin Stefanski, boy, I be telling you, come on, Kev. You almost had the whole city in an uproar playing around with us like that. What are you doing? Why do you always do it to us, Kev? At the end of the game, you want to get extra cute, Kev. Come on, we're going to talk about that too. I done already seen what some people said. Well, G. Bush, Deshaun was supposed to throw the ball. He wasn't even supposed to throw the ball. There was no routes on the play, G. Bush. He should have just fell down. And we'll get to it. But shout out to all the people in here tuning in. Look, I want to start by saying this. This game, I said in the pregame, I said this game is going to tell me a ton about the Cleveland Browns. And there's 2 things that I got from the Cleveland Browns, one good and one bad. I'll start with the bad things first. Y'all boys is the most undisciplined dudes I've ever seen in my life. Jumping off sides on second and third and 18. Guys with multiple penalties in a row. That travesty at the end of the game where you get a face mask by Deontay Foreman and then 3 or 4 straight holding penalties that drop you out of field goal contention. Bro, those type of things lose you football games. They do. They lose you a boatload of football games. We'll talk about that. But the one thing that you talk about in the NFL and the one thing that you cannot deny is this. It's all about wins. It's all about wins, and it's all about wins. Yes, it was ugly. Yes, it was rainy. Yes, it was in Jacksonville, but Jacksonville got ball players too. They got a heck of a defensive line. They got some ball players over there, and the Cleveland Browns came up with a way to get an 18-13 win on the road. The Baltimore Ravens are sitting there at 0-2, and I know everybody wanted to listen. This was, and if the numbers is down on this one, I'm sorry. See, this is where I tell the truth. If the numbers are down on this one, is because there's a lot of Browns fans that were hoping for the L today so they can jump completely off the ship. Oh, see, this is why, you know what? This is why we don't mess with you. This is why you don't have a full-time show, G. Bush. You tell the truth too much. You can't say that. I'm just saying. You're going to see people on Twitter. Oh, my goodness, we paid $234 million for this. We did this. I can see. Listen, that's why you don't see that exuberance. You don't see that extra level of excitedness all across the platform. Everybody quiet today because you didn't get enough information. You thought you were going to get enough information to put the nail in the coffins for the Cleveland Browns. See, I told you it wasn't working out. We got to cut bait. That was the talking points all week. We got to cut bait. We got to talk. Hey, listen. You're not going to be able to cut bait on the field this week. You just got to wait for more allegations. That's what's going to happen. That's what you need right now. You need these things to be tough because the Cleveland Browns didn't give you anything that you wanted. Deshaun Watson didn't come out here and lay an egg. He didn't come out here and throw 4 interceptions, look like a high school quarterback, because he kind of looked like a high school quarterback last week. But this week, there were some positive things you can build on. There's some positive things you can build on. And I'm just waiting for Monday to come around. Well, they played well, but, there were still some things. And no, you're not going to. No, Kevin Stefanski doesn't get out of a free jail card. Let's talk about it. Let me put my belt down. No, the offensive line does not get out of jail card. Hey, you want to see me go? You want to see me go off? Watch all the platforms. If I hear any conversation and talk about why this game was so ugly and why the Browns didn't really win the game, but the Jaguars gave it away, and why this isn't that impressive, any minimization of any types of wins on the road will be paid for swiftly. You ain't seen G. Bush act up yet. Don't make me act up. You ain't seen me cut people off. Well, sir. I got to give you the sir, like when you're walking in places you don't belong and security catch you. Sir, do you have a badge? What are you here for? I'm going to have to cut people off. Sir, that is not what we're doing this week. We will not minimize any victories or any dubs. The Baltimore Ravens are 0-2. If you want to break down and critique this game, so be it. But all that rest of that stuff, let's wrap that up. We're not going to play it. We're not going to play it. All that Coach Kevin Stefanski putting the cape on. Now, let me get this straight. Coach Stefanski had some really nice plays in this game. Coach Stefanski really did some nice things in this game. I like the reverse, the little fourth down handoff, handback to Jerome Ford. I like that. I like the fact that you adjusted. You ran the ball a lot more. You had commitment to the run. I was on the pregame show talking about that. Deontay Foreman got lots of more catches, right? We talked about that. I like some of the plays. Your 15 scripted plays, you're Jordan. You're the next coming of Lombardi when it comes to them 15 scripted. After halftime. It just really doesn't quite. Don't work out that way. Don't work out. We're still figuring it out. We got to win, but we're still figuring it out. But that play at the end of the game, come on, bro. We're gonna break that down. 576 across all platforms. Hit that like button. We need to be over 1,000. We need to be up over 1,000 because we're going to talk and we're going to get all the way into it. We won't be saving anything. Listen, they done went to the group chat now. They're not going to be on no platforms. It's going to be an easy Sunday because you didn't give them what they wanted. You were supposed to, look, let me come out and just say this right now. Deshaun Watson played well today. He played well today. Let me get the official numbers out. Let me get him. I'm a log on to ESPN. He played well today. Don't mind me. I'm just over here doing it. I'm just over here seeing what I got. 22 of 34, 186 yards. He didn't have any touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked twice. He could have been sacked way more than that, given the way the offensive line played. 78.8 rating, right? Trevor Lawrence was 14 of 30, 220. He got sacked 4 times. His rating was 71.5. I believe he clearly outplayed Trevor Lawrence. 2, there was multiple times Deshaun Watson got out of harm's way, got out of plays that usually normally those would have been sacks. I thought he did a good job of getting out of the box, throwing the ball to Jerry Jeudy on the sideline. It was kind of iffy, but he got out of there and did it. There's multiple times where guess what? He needed to step out of that pressure and get the ball downfield. I thought he got the ball to Elijah Moore. By the way, Elijah Moore caught the football today. Elijah Moore caught the football today. Let me go ahead and give him a stat line. 6 catches for 44 yards. Hey, this ain't fantasy football. This ain't Madden. So if you came over here to see 7 catches for 155 and 365 yards, and no, we're not doing that. It's not like that right now. So if you want to play fantasy football, this is not the cast for you. David Bell caught the football. Sorry, he went down with injury. Prayers out to David Bell. Looked like he was injured on a play. Jerry Jeudy, 5 catches for 73 yards, caught the ball very well today. Right? But let's get back to it. Deshaun Watson, 5 carries, 20 yards, 1 touchdown. In a game that was it was rainy, sloppy. In a game that was a defensive battle on the road, you were tasked with one thing. Make sure that when we are able to get 3 points, you don't put us and take us out of field goal range. And multiple times we should have had touchdowns. The pass to Amari Cooper, the post corner in the first quarter, we should have been up 17-0. And that ball hit Amari Cooper in his forearms. That is a high school route. You catch that 7, 9, 10, 12 times out of 12. I don't know what's going on with Amari Cooper. I'm going to give you some grace on this one, Amari. Your track record says that you're a professional player and that you will get it done and that you will snap out of it. But I don't know. You're looking quite sluggish. You look like you don't have the quite, you look like you're pouting a little bit. That's 2 or 3 balls today. You missed the one last week. You're a number 1 receiver. I get it. You see Justin Jefferson. I get it. You seen Brandon I get that bag, and I get it. You had a great year last year, and guess what? You feel like you deserve that bag, and you heard your name in all kind of allegations. I get it. All kind of trade rumors. But come on now. That game should have been 17-0 off bat. And for everybody want to sit up here and talking about, oh, well, listen, Deshaun didn't look that great. He didn't look that great. You catch that football, we are up 17-0, and it looks completely different. We might walk away with that game. You got to catch the football. When it came to scrambling, he scored on the goal line, and I get it. There's a lot of people that thought you was going to get the nail in the coffin today. You were supposed to go 0-2. You were supposed to throw 2 interceptions, and Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars was supposed to get you up out of here. It didn't happen. It's a thing called football. We're 1-1. You now have an opportunity to go 2-1 with a very winnable game at the crib against the Giants. And if anything, I can say there's improvement in multiple areas. Did he play lights out? No. I'm not, don't mince my words. I want you to listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Don't assume, because you know what happens when you assume. Did I say Deshaun Watson played like he was the next coming of Joe Montana? Did I say he played like a Patrick Mahomes tonight? No, I am not saying that. But what Deshaun Watson did do was put his team in a position to win some football games. And I know for some people, the whole season is going to come down to whether or not it's a referendum on Deshaun Watson and whether he's good or not. Well, listen, I'm sorry, folks. I like football, and I'm not going to reduce it down to that for you guys. Maybe that's another podcast you can go check to. I'm not reducing none of that down to none of that. The Browns came out here and got a win, and don't accuse me of putting the cape on. I'm just calling it like I see it. I told you he played terrible last week. He much improved this week. And on top of that, accuracy was better. Ball placement was better. Pocket presence was better. Understanding the time and down the distance was better. Getting the ball on the fourth quarter to the deep shot to Jerry Jeudy was better. Guys running the scramble drill better, right? All you're looking for is to capitalize on this and make steps. Keep making steps. Keep making steps. I encourage you to share this. 847 people. Share it on whatever platform you are. Share it on every platform. If you're here to celebrate a Browns win, let me put the one in the chat. I know this ain't the win that a lot of people want, but the one in the chat if you just came over to celebrate the Browns win a little bit. People want to get 35 points and all this other stuff. Write the articles about the Browns winning today. All these doggone articles. Everybody want to do tabloid football. Listen, we got to win on the road. We ain't not doing tabloid football. Too many of y'all cats out here with a pen and a pad. I don't know what I'm going to do. He's going to play terrible today. I know he is. And I'm going to write this article. Everyone's going to be happy. No, actually, everyone's going to be sad because I'm going to write this article. Get out of here. Browns got that dub today. Suckers. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Defense came up big. Defense came up big. I was mad at y'all too. You don't get, listen, I was salty at y'all too. Y'all can't be Myles Garrett. You can't be jumping off sides, man. You got to be more disciplined than that. Alex Wright, you can't be in front of football jumping off sides, but you made up for it with that safety. You made up for it. For the most part, the entire game, the Browns defense was playing lights out. JOK, thank you. Way to show back up. Way to show back up. I saw you moving around making plays today. I saw Grant Delpit making some plays today. I saw much more energy. Listen, did anybody see Christian Kirk today? Was he hurt or? Christian, you good? Denzel Ward had him locked up like he was Akon in 2004. Won't let me out, no. Got me locked up. Yeah, you was locked up, bro. We haven't seen you. This man, Denzel Ward, had you cuffs, perp walk. You know why all the time when you had a perp walk? Why they always got that long trench coat over your back? Who gave you the trench coat with the handcuffs and you always got to lean down? No pictures, please. No. I'm just wondering. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But in the end, defense comes up big. Alex Wright gets the big time safety down there. And at that point, when they get that, I'm thinking, wow, this game is honestly over. And let me be fair, because I'm calling balls and strikes here. My problem was this with Coach Stefanski. You had a brilliant call. Now, after all of those penalties, one after another, that pulled you all the way out of field goal position, you did do something that I felt was smart. You said, let me go ahead and put it on the punter. Now, Bojorquez before had a slightly terrible punt. I think it was either beginning of third or the fourth quarter when they had an opportunity to pin him deep, and it was like a 10-yard punt or something. It wasn't 10, but it wasn't what we needed it to be. And so when you see that, he goes back to him, and guess what? He gets the punt down inside the 2. At that point, that's why I always talk to people about complementary football. It is complementary football. If I'm going to pin you deep, you then hand that to the defense. If you want the defense to make that stop, you hand it to them. And guess what they did? Jim Schwartz says, let's go to the racehorse package. 4 defensive ends in the playbook. We got to get after him. Alex Wright is able to get home with the safety, and that is eventually the score that put them out of the game. And so I challenged, when you guys watch me on the pregame show, I challenged the defense to be the defense, right? I challenged the guys that need to make the plays to make the plays. I said last year against the San Francisco 49ers, you understood what the assignment was, you knew what quarterback it was, and you knew it was a low-scoring game, and it was a nasty game. You said we got to make sure that they don't score. And you guys did that. Well, guess what? You guys brought that same type of energy to the game today. It was a beautiful effort. You got the guys down. Now, we're going to talk about what transpired after that. But first, let's get to some of the people in the chat. 287 comments. I don't know if I can get to all of them, but I will sure try. Y'all people out here showing me so much love, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. You know, I had to come back on here. I was mad because there's a lot of people in the fandom. I felt was giving up on the Browns after one game. Did not like it. Hey, G. Bush must have poured him up a little something for the win. No, I actually didn't, man. I actually didn't. I was just trying to hurry up and get the content out to the folks. But don't get it twisted. I'm happy as heck because we was looking bad here for a second. Let me pull that back so I can go ahead and get to some more of these comments. Whew. Let's see. Oh man, James Crosby. Well, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. We appreciate you. How do you spell Bojorquez MVP? Hey, you're right. I couldn't even say it. I wanted to tweet his name. I was like, Borowski? Nah, I'm gonna just go with the MVP on that one. Shout out to him and what he was able to do, man. I've been here since 25 years, man. No 203. Hey, somebody tell me if Madden. I haven't got Madden because I'm on that college right now. Tell me if that Madden. Okay, I might get it. I might get that. Bull says he has a problem with Deshaun not going downfield in the second half. I don't know. I don't know what Bull was watching. I don't know. Maybe he had Deshaun Watson on his fantasy team. It wasn't that type of game, dog. It's wet outside. We trying to get a win. We trying to get this dub. Trying to go downfield. We're not worried about that, bro. He needs to worry about Joe Burrow going downfield. You tell him that. Tell him G. Bush sent him. Wayne, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the super chat. Definitely, man. We're gonna get to we're gonna get to Amari Cooper. We're gonna get to the penalties as well. I'm gonna make sure I get these super chats as well. Make sure we get your comments here. Hey, there's a lot of ones in here. We just celebrating that Browns win. That's all we doing. 1,028 people in here. Lizzie, make sure you hit the button. Make sure you share where you at. See, this is a place where you can come out here and celebrate that win. It's a lot of these other dudes say they Browns fans, but I can't tell. How you be mad after you got the dub? How you mad? Why you mad? We done got this win over here. Hey, listen. J59UXU. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. A winner's a win, but these, you know what, penalties and offense not making adjustments at half. Jeez Louise. Hey, you right. We gonna get to them. They ain't off the hook. This ain't all Kool-Aid. They are not off the hook. I don't know. We're going to see Monday. You tune in from 11 to 1. You tune in. What flavor Kool-Aid? Support. Thank you so much for the super chat. We drinking that orange flavor Kool-Aid today, that good old orange. I didn't say it. Y'all said it. Hey, man, that's why it's important you come back and feed the streets. I didn't say it, bro. This is a good win. A damn good win, by the way. The way Ford played today and he gets comfortable with defense, stop playing great in that defense, man. Stop playing great. AFC conference win. I'm going to tell you what. I appreciate Dog Pound Gang 216. I appreciate your super chat. Let me tell you about this. And the thing that disappoints me a little bit is that's why I got to come on these type of podcasts and educate the people. You know, when you playing these type of football games and you trying to go out there and fight and claw and scratch it, and all you need to know is after one point in time, I forget what play of the game it was, I criticized Deshaun Watson for being by himself and not being a guy that's rallying the people on the bench, rallying his offensive line, saying, guys, come on, we could get this done. And I saw something. After that first drive, Wyatt Teller came up to him and patted him on the back like, man, good job, man. We appreciate that. little by little, I saw Deshaun Watson after he got out of trouble hit Jerry Jeudy, and he was like, yeah. This is what I used to do. I used to be out of trouble like this. Let me go ahead and find a way to win. And I like the fact that that was the first sign of that swag coming back. Those little small successes on the field coming back. The offensive line trying to rally around them. The running game looks like it want to do something now. You found something with Foreman. Foreman, you can't grab nobody's face mask, but you ran the ball hard. They're trying to find out ways to get Jerome Ford moving and shaking in this offense, right? On outside runs, not so much inside. All these are small little things. Yes, we can talk about they should have played in the preseason, but guess what? It's all about figuring it out on the run, and they figured it out on the run. Shout out to one of my one of the top dudes where I used to work. Shout out to Mr. Belsito. He used to always say, "Hey man, y'all can look around at each other and in times of crisis." And look at each other and throw your hands up, or you're going to do something. You got to sometimes just do something. It may not even be the right thing, but at least you have action. Don't sit there and watch the Titanic sink and not grab no oar. Grab you a paddle and start paddling, or a bucket and start something. And what we saw today was the Cleveland Browns go to Jacksonville and start moving water out. Yeah, we know we got penalties. We need to get that together. Yeah, the passing game downfield, the water's coming up in here. We got to get that together. Hey, we ain't all the way together on defense. We got to get that together. But everybody grab the bucket and start digging themselves out of that water and paddling and getting on dry land. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about that in life. Everything ain't going to be perfect. And no, I'm not punting on the season. Y'all want to sit here and talk about Quinn Ewers and what quarterback you got. I'm worried about trying to win some of these football games, man. While the Baltimore Ravens are running around here 0-2. Cincinnati Bengals is fighting for their life. They 0-1. Come on now. Too much fantasy football going on around here. I am not punting on no season. I'm ready to rock and roll. We got a great opportunity to come out against the Giants and be 2-1. Talking about I'm punting on that. Hey, Bradley Burns, man. Why can't our online figure out how to block a twist stunt? That's another one. Thank you for saying that. Say it louder. Because I got a lot of people that's going to try to diminish the fact that the offensive, they'll tell you, you know what, the offensive line actually really, they didn't even really actually kind of not even look that bad. If you close your eyes and put wool over your head and like go to sleep and take a bunch of NyQuil and then you look at the film, they didn't even play that bad, G. Bush. Boy, can't pick no twist stunt up. They getting blown by, inside moves, holding penalties, illegal formations, and listen, just be and say it all together, boys and girls. He says a lot of people that just watch the quarterback and what they do. But here's the thing. Just because you don't give up any sacks, does that mean you are just completely just with no blame when you hold 10 times? How is that? And then, I know it's a holding penalties. No. We're going to stop right there. The same level of energy you give and scrutinize on passes that are errant like we did last week, you need to focus on multiple penalties back to back to back that almost cost you the game. Unacceptable. We wouldn't want to know this week. We got better each week. Victory Monday coming. Kool-Aid Mafia representing today, G. Bush. The flag is waving high. We ain't going nowhere. We ready to go. And let's get to it. I appreciate over 1,000 people in here, 1,100 people in here celebrating that Browns win. Let's keep it pushing. I got a couple more topics for you. Where we at? O-line. And you know, just the funny thing, my brother's an offensive lineman. We was down there. We had a knockdown drag out downstairs. I played all defensive line. He played O-line. He said, man, Jerome Ford ran right into that hole. Ethan Poaches, he kicked the dude out. He was supposed to cut back in. Running backs need to understand how to get north and south. I said, I see you, though. I hear what you're saying, big dog. Problem is, He had him. He had him locked up. He said, but G. Bush, his hands is inside. You know that's fair game. I said, I know, Bryson. I know. Here's your problem. When he bounces and you still got holding him and you see that the running back is already 2 yards downfield, you have to let him go. You can't finish everybody off. Be smart. Don't jeopardize the 10, 12 yards for the pancake, sir. I know you want the pancake. I know you want to get him. I know you want him back. He beat you in a pass rush. I know you don't like defensive linemen. I get it. But the offensive line got to be more disciplined. That is unacceptable. And we're going to break this down to the lowest common denominator. The Cleveland Browns had that game won. They have no timeouts. It starts with Deontay Foreman in a face mask. You can't grab the guy's face mask and ride him to the ground, Deontay Foreman. If you just take the carry, get down, that game's over. They only had one timeout left. You had the ball inside the 20. 15-yard penalty, bring it back. Next play. Ethan Pochich. Next play. Wyatt Teller. Next play. Somebody, I think it might have been Ethan Pochich again. Ethan Pochich had 3 holding penalties in this game. Do you know a center cannot have 3 holding penalties? Wyatt Teller grabbed the guy on pass protection. Just grabbed him. Didn't move his feet. James Hudson, inside pass rush move on a quick 3-step slant. And any time, and this is my problem, and I'm not going to disrespect nobody, but listen, man, I spent half my life watching offensive linemen play, not to mention I played offensive line in high school. I played D-line in college. My brother's Division I lineman. I spent half my life watching this stuff up front. And for the people that want to assume and try to clear these people of having good games, I question what you're looking at. I question what you're looking at. Because anytime one defensive lineman or defensive tackle moves, we are lost in the sauce. There are free guys coming. And I know there was one time where Jerome Ford was supposed to pick up somebody in the middle, but guess what? That's a mismatch. That's going to happen. Jerome Ford on a linebacker or a defensive lineman is a L all time. All the time it's an L. But there are many more plays where it's mental mistakes, it's not moving your feet, it's holding and grabbing and pulling. Anytime you don't move your feet, you're going to get beat. We do a lot of grabbing and pulling, and those are drive killers. Those are drive killers. I cannot look at my quarterback and say, oh, it's 2nd and 35 now. Figure it out. Patrick Mahomes not figuring it out. And if I gotta question that, I'm questioning, do you know football? You can't do it. Do you know we held our way starting from inside the 20, and we held our way all the way back out of field goal position? How is that possible? We can't play with that. We can't play with you. We can't win with you doing that. And any smoke, listen, I'm willing to take on the smoke. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of minimizing these little errors and this, that, and the third. Oh, well, I didn't really think that this was really, sorry, sir, that ain't it. It's not it. That ain't what we're going to do. And we're sure not going to do it the rest of the week. Y'all better, come on. I see guys, thank you. Little twist stunts, guys coming completely free. And that's somehow good. That's okay. Just because you don't understand it don't mean it's okay. Well, I don't know what they do up there. What do they do? I mean, if they give up a sack, is they really good or not? Stop playing with me. Guys be cracking me up with that. They got to be better. The good thing about it is, I think they can. I think one of the things that's happening, these guys are out of shape. They're not in football shape. When you're a big offensive lineman and you ain't had the pads on and you ain't really went through no 2 days and Kevin Stefanski didn't have them playing, They're not in game shape. So what happens when, I said it on my last podcast. Your conditioning will make fools out of all of us. When your conditioning falls off, the first thing you do is you start reaching instead of moving your body. When your conditioning falls off, the third thing you do, you start jumping off sides or false starting, right? Because your body is kicking your tail. And the body and the mind need to be on one page. When the body's talking about, oh my gosh, I can't breathe down here, and your brain is telling you, hey, bro, the count is 2. Or, hey, bro, you need to pick up this stunt because the tackle went this way. Look for something coming the other way. Hey, we need to be down. We can't be over the line of scrimmage on this one. Hey, make sure I'm lined up on the guard. All these little small things that are on autopilot, they go fail in system failure mode when your body can't get air or oxygen. Trust me, if you're not over 300 pounds, you wouldn't know. It goes left sometimes. I think when the conditioning gets back into play, they become better, they get more in shape, and they start to understand what's going on. 1,247 people in here. Hit the wherever you at, share it. We in here. Come on in. It's the barbershop. It's G Bush. If you don't know, this is for the people. This is out here. We give it away for free for the people, bro. Right now, we doing big numbers, and that's because of you guys. And we actually talking a little football over here, right? So if you were on Facebook and you're new to this, we'll be back here the same place, same time. The pregame show was great. Make sure you check me out at the pregame show. We're going to be back on the pregame show 12 p.m. right before the Browns game. Make sure you check us out. We'll get you out there at about 12:45-ish. You'll be right there ready to go back to the game, right? Come back here. We'll all discuss it, right? We'll get it together. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys out there. Last but not least, my goodness. Oh, my man. So before this starts, we're going to put an end to it right now. Before it even gets started, I don't know what the play was. I got to watch the tape. But allegedly, it looked like Deshaun Watson was supposed to run a quarterback keeper or whatever the case may be. And he was supposed to slide down and take whatever it was. There was no route out there. Everybody was blocking. There was no route, right? It's allegedly coaches is yelling or coaches was chewing them out at the end of the game, whatever the case may be, right? Here's my point. I'm not entertaining that comment. I'm not even talking about it. This is elementary. They have no timeouts left. Why would you roll your quarterback who just came off off-season shoulder surgery in the rain with no passing option to get hit outside of the pocket to burn clock? Kevin, all you have to do is turn around and run the ball with Deontay Foreman in the middle of the field, and you burn 45 whole seconds off the clock. They get the ball with roughly 40 seconds left, no timeouts. If you want to say, well, G. Bush, he lost faith in Deontay Foreman because he face masked the guy, so he just wanted to keep the ball in Deshaun's hands, so that's why. No, stop it. You know what you do then? If you want to just burn clock, turn around, hand the ball to nobody, and take a knee. Just a simple knee. Victory formation. No one gets hurt. The ball doesn't even advance. Two viable options. Why would you roll out? It's unexcusable. And the problem with Kevin Stefanski is things like that nullify the actual good plays that he called in the first 15 scripted plays, the plays where I thought it was really good designs on the quarterback keeper. I thought they did a good job of having Jameis Winston hesitate and come in and plow over the left or the right side, picking his spots and getting first down. I thought it was a brilliant play with the little turnaround and hand the ball to Jerome Ford over the left side when it was 4th and 1, when everyone's packed in the middle. Those are the things that Kevin did well. I love the call to punt the ball after you dealt with all the penalties and the holdings and different things, and you pin them deep and you get to safety. All of those things are great play calls. All of those things are good things you did. But situational football right there, either way you slice it, and people say, well, Deshaun knew he was supposed to. Either way you slice it, the head coach takes all things off the table. He could take a lot off the table by simply saying, quarterback, kneel down. And I guarantee ain't nobody going to throw the football or have to roll around and get hit in the rain and lose the football. And what? Man, come on, man. Somebody tell me I'm tripping. You let me know if I'm losing it. You let me know if I'm losing it, man. I don't know if I'm losing it. Because to me, it's just man. Man, I didn't know these guys were part of the podcast. Let's see. I gotta see it. Whatever happened to Believe Land. I'll let them get back on the wagon. If they want to listen, the bandwagon is always open to the people, right? I mean, sometimes you just be wrong. That's okay about it. Greg George, we played better in all 3 phases today. Complimentary football, three G's. I mean, you know what it is, man. Shout out to Greg. We appreciate you out there. Make sure you go check him out. Some of the best food in the game. Are you still? Hey, let me know if you're still up here. You still in the Cleveland area? Or you down back in Florida? Let me know. Let's see. Another one. Goldilocks Gaming says through this crazy week of slander, Watson found a way to lock in. Gotta love it. He was ready to go. He did lock in. He came to play. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't great all the time. But he did what he needed to do to make the plays downfield, right? Unspoken voices inside media. The biggest part that I find is how Deshaun Watson gets blamed for not getting the ball out quicker with the offensive line not calling out by the media, and also playing situational football with the receivers. Well, listen, don't worry about that. That's what I'm here for. I challenge. Listen, I'm just gonna let you know this. Listen, I want them to rewind the tape. Any attempt to diminish the play up front, any attempt to try to cover up, or it wasn't that bad for Kevin Stefanski and that boneheaded play down the stretch is not going to work. I'm just sorry with you. I'm sorry. If you want to see me get belligerent, that's where it's going to happen, because we're not going to play them games. And I'm not doing it on the sake of, oh, it's Deshaun Watson and I'm putting the cape on for Deshaun Watson. It's about football integrity. It's about football integrity. And every person that has ever played the game of football know that it's all about what you put on film. And if I'm sitting here watching the film, I don't care what your personal appearances is. I don't care what your personal thoughts or what you think. It ain't about what you think. It's about what you know. And I staked 25 years of my reputation of playing the game, losing knees on the game, having to go through surgery for the game. And I don't put my football integrity on the line for nobody. I don't eat birthday cake with none of them. I'm not going to their cookouts. I'm not going to be at Deshaun Watson's or Wyatt Teller's or Joe Batonio's or Kevin Stefanski's cookouts. None of them. Understand that. I don't got no sources. I don't do that. I might have to tell you, you played horrible one game, which I do, preferably. Stop playing around with me. Come on now. Come on. Still going in there. Running the football, point blank period, coming 35 coming off the clock. You never make another play. David Bell looked like he hurt a hip. I'm not sure, Justin. Not too sure what happened with that. Let's see. Let's get a couple more. Kevin needs to focus and learn to focus on head coaching, getting his players disciplined and looking clueless like a beta male in key moments. Here's the thing, too. And there's something to be said about what you said, MS1. These penalties and undisciplined nature that goes on the head coach. Also, the more time you have to focus on those things by not calling said plays, you have time to focus on that. Clock management, have time to focus on that. So delegate the way you need to delegate. Okay? Let me go up here. Let me see if I missed one. Did I miss one? Two? Let me see. Let me make sure. I think I got him. Down to start. Oh, let me see. Here we go. Through the crazy slander week, Watson found out a way to lock in. Let's see. I think that was the other one we got. All right, here we go. Watson made some amazing plays, avoided multiple sacks. We're lucky to have the QB that can move like that behind a terrible tackle play. This the G Bush I was waiting for. Well, listen, hey, I challenged, and I'm gonna throw this out here too. I challenged Deshaun Watson in more ways than one. I'm the one who said they try and get you up out of here. I told him this. If you think you gonna come out here and continue to play like this, you think you're gonna get another opportunity somewhere else? It's not gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Not happening. You at least better go down swinging and fighting. That means rallying your people, having energy, making plays, and letting it all hang out. It wasn't pretty or perfect today, but he let it hang out. And so I want to see gutsy performances, and I want to see you continue to build on this performance. I saw the accuracy get better. I saw some of those other things, and I saw people, as far as the offensive line, coming around. And trust me, I think Amari Cooper will get better. His track record has said he will. It may take a conversation to say, listen, we need you, bro. We need that Amari Cooper. We need our number one receiver back. It may take a little time for them guys up front to get it together. Don't forget, Nick Chubb is coming up in the next couple of weeks, possibly. He's going to make you look a lot better in the run game. You get DeJuan Jones. I thought DeJuan Jones looked a little better today. I thought you get Jack Conklin and possibly Jed Wills back. That's an upgrade from James Hudson, who has not played very well, and it is what it is. He's a backup. But in general, we're just looking to continue to move this thing forward and get better a little bit every week. You know, we're not here to talk about whether the Cleveland Browns are a Super Bowl team today. That's not what the goal is. The goal is to continue to stack wins and get to a point where you get better and better and better and peak and better and make sure you minimize some of these mistakes. And that it's a long season. It's still hot outside. When we done with this thing, it's going to be cold and almost hot again. February, hopefully, if that's where we want to get. 1,429 people are listening wherever you are. I want to thank you on Twitch. I want to thank you on LinkedIn. I want to thank you on Facebook, YouTube, always, man. Over on Twitter and X. So what we always do, I got one more. Hold on. Don't play with us. K Fresh Harris says Jaguars was trying to start a fight with us. They must have forgotten that that happened in San Francisco last season. And that type of fight and energy and effort is why I like what the Browns did. They brought that fire. They did. They brought that fire. They brought that energy level to get the win. Let's get to this. I want to end on a great note. We got a lot of people right now, 1,400 in here. Let's give a shout out to the people, the 1,400 that didn't jump ship. That's what we call it. The 1,400 that didn't dip out. We was mad week one. We was mad. We had to hear it all week from him. I know it was. I know you got some Steelers fans in your family. I know. Hey, shout out to the people that couldn't even turn off I had to turn the TV off, and I work in the media. I got in the radio. I can't listen to this. I can't do it. Damn. I can't do it. I know it's a bunch of y'all out there was like, I'm not going to be watching the radio this week. But here's for all y'all 1,400, it's time for us to get back, man. I need to know when you're pulling up from. I need to shout out where you're going. I need to know where you at celebrating this Browns victory. I'll start with myself like I always do. G. Bush, born and raised in Canton, Ohio, 330 in the building. Canton, stand up, Stark County. But the official leader of the Kool-Aid Mafia, 216-440-234. We in here. Cleveland, Ohio, South Euclid, should stand up. Cleveland Heights, stand up. All the surrounding areas. So let's get it going. Shout out to Lakewood too. We everywhere, man. Where we at? Here we go. Avon, Indiana. We ready to go. 216. You see it. Warren. Yeah, Becky, we're in Warren. Virginia Beach doing a big thing. Canton, Ohio. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Phoenix, Arizona. Warren 330. Richmond Heights. Vermilion is in here. You know what it is. Born and raised in East Cleveland. You know what it is. Lived in Canton, coaching in Massillon. Shout out to Kenneth Pryor. Hey, Massillon got a team this year. Don't y'all? You're doing it big. Lorain County. Euclid is here. South Euclid and Virginia Beach. Kentucky is ready to go. Columbus, Youngstown, man. Hey, you know what it is. Terry, Tarbletter 757 in the building. Lexington, Kentucky. You know what it is. Austin Town, Fitch, let's go. Loveland, Cleveland. GA in the building. 216. Aspen, Colorado is in the building. 216. East Cleveland, you know what it is. 216. Buffalo, New York. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Euclid is here, man. Sandusky. Let's get Indianapolis is in here. Nova Scotia, Canada. We worldwide around here. Zanzibar at dinner watching. Shout out to you. Zanzibar got some good wings, by the way. And that collard green dip. Whoo! Brook Park. Lexington in the building. Vermilion. Cleveland. You know what, William Wise. I see you, man. Karen Phillips is in every doggone chat. I appreciate you every single time you pull up too. Toledo. Cleveland from East 105th, West 117th. Canton, Ohio. That's what's up. Listen. Kenneth Pryor, we doing our thing. Twinsburgs, 954, Columbus, Rochester, New York, Lexington, Kentucky. G. Bush watching from the Hall of Fame from on top of the hill. Hopefully we go Dogs. We appreciate you. G. Bush, you know what it we Kool-Aid Mafia intact. Go Browns. Kelly Island, you know what it is. Go Browns in here as well. And we got Newark, Ohio. With that being said, man, we appreciate everybody wherever you're from. Continue to share this post. Continue to support the Browns. And you know what it is. You never know where G. Bush might show up. I got all these different platforms. I'm the hardest working man in the game. You can go home and watch the game, but I'm going to talk to the people. We got to do it. If you want that fresh take on sports, the barbershop is where to come. And you never know where I'm going to show up. Internet, TV, radio, I'm all over the place. But you always can expect the barbershop to keep the clippers for that fade. So you know what it is. Have a good weekend. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday night. Kick back, get you a beverage, and take home that 18-13 Browns win. I'm going to see y'all on UCSS live and in person, 11 to 1 p.m. We ain't taking no shorts on UCSS. Let them know. It's the barbershop. Peace up. You already know what's up, down.